Hello again. Great that you are joining us the second evening of our first Israeli-European Media Summit from Tel Aviv. New generation, new media, new bridges. Yesterday, we had an amazing beginning with very interesting and inspiring panel discussions and opening remarks about Holocaust remembrance, anti-Semitism, racism, fake news, hate speech, and the role of the media. More than 3 hours. If you missed it, you will find it online on our website.
We are overwhelmed by all your messages and all your feedback yesterday. It is good to see that it gives real value to you. And we plan the second Media Tel Aviv offline, hopefully after the whole Corona craziness, next year here in Tel Aviv. And you can win 2 flights and admissions to Media Tel Aviv 2021. You have to be registered through the website and to fill out a short survey after the online summit. Good luck.
Today we will continue connecting journalists, politicians, startups, companies, organizations from Europe and Israel in online discussions. And we will hear the foreign ministers of Germany and Austria.
The World Holocaust Remembrance Center Yad Vashem in Jerusalem organized a panel discussion about trends of Holocaust awareness and digital media. The Bertelsmann Stiftung will present their survey, Europe and Israel: Insights into their Mutual Perception, which was conducted especially for our summit.
Many Jews are not feeling safe in their countries and cities across Europe anymore, said Maram in an interview for the Deutsche Welle. I believe you will agree that this is worrying. Maram is the executive vice president of the World Jewish Congress and has been involved in strengthening Jewish communities in Europe for years, as well as maintaining interreligious dialogue. Please welcome Maram Stern for his keynote speech.
Hey! What?
We're going on a trip
to a place called Auschwitz. It is shower time, little.
Hold up! That shit is gas!
الشعب السوري بالساحات للمجد بيرفع رايات عم يهتف ب3 كلمات الله وسوريا وبشار.
What was the last name written on there? Frank, yeah. You just drank Anne Frank's ashes. What? You poured her ashes in a cup of milk and drank it. You drank Anne Frank!
Hello everyone, my name's Matt. Young Tube Sock on TikTok. Oh, fuck.
Hate is not new. Online hate is not new. Throughout history, propagators of hate have used all possible means to spread their messages. The Nazis used the printing press to dehumanize and spread lies about the Jews. The radio was used to label Tutsi as cockroaches during the genocide in Rwanda. More recently, social media has been used to target the Rohingya community in Myanmar. But the online world evolves quickly. New platforms rise very quickly. Hate speech in general and anti-Semitism specifically have flourished during the development of online services such as social media, blogs, video sharing, and messaging. But there is no overarching government in this field. There's no clear legislation. We find a new challenge with every new platform. This is considered online hate, using online tools, but the actors are real people, and the ideas also exist offline. This must not be overlooked. What happens online has real effects on real people in a real world. We must focus our effort on reducing the spread of hate online and stopping the individuals and groups that spread it. We must use tools in education to kill the ideas of the basis of anti-Semitism. States should have legislation on this issue of online hate. Companies should have effective policy on dealing with hate speeches. International organizations should have action plan on online hate. People should not be free to spread hateful ideas online or offline. Policy and legislation should take into account anti-Semitism, Holocaust denial, or neo-Nazism. In early 2017, World Jewish Congress released a report on anti-Semitism in social media. This report analyzes tens of millions of posts in 20 languages on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, blogs, and other online forums. The research found that more than 382,000 anti-Semitic posts were uploaded to social media platforms over the course of 2016, an average of more than 43 posts per hour, or one post every 83 seconds. Anti-Semitism is part of a general online hate. There are unique aspects of anti-Semitism that must be taken into consideration, such as stereotypes about Jews controlling the world and other conspiracy myths, the connection to the Holocaust and Holocaust denial, and the connection to Israel and Zionism. Most countries have legislation against hate speech, and I would like to specifically recognize the efforts of Austria, France, and Germany in this regards. Many, not all companies have guidelines against hate speech, but hate speech continues to flourish. Today, defining hate speech is left to the companies to decide by themselves. We call on the leadership of the European Union and its member states to publicly denounce such incitement and take whatever steps possible through legal and regulatory means to end its dissemination. It is unacceptable since anti-Semitic content is freely accessible on social media platforms. And it's reaching the most impressionable and vulnerable segment of society, young people. Most EU countries do have clear laws against extremism and Holocaust-denying content with severe punishment. However, hate speech is still spread to social media platforms with no consequences. Government cannot leave it to social media platforms to decide what content is hate speech, what is anti-Semitic or otherwise, when and how to remove such content. The stakes are much too high. Government must protect their citizens. This is our duty to our young generation. Tuesday was the deadline for giving input to the EU for the Digital Service Act. World Jewish Congress joined with other Jewish organizations to give input in this process. This is an opportunity for the European Union to step in and ensure that the European Union member states properly deal with online hate, anti-Semitism, and racism. The EU must lead the way, and we hope to work together to do so. Governments with the legal power to do so must exercise their authority to limit the spread on such dangerous material by ensuring its prompt removal. Governments without such authority must publicly condemn such content for what it is, violent rhetoric that puts people in danger. The online and social media companies have a responsibility as well. They have a responsibility towards their user. Facebook has recently made major advances in its hate speech policy. In August, it announced changes that will not longer allow posts containing hate speech such as anti-Semitic stereotype or blackface. This was and is a major step forward. We greatly appreciate the progress Facebook has made towards identifying harmful anti-Semitic and racism content and removing it. And we continue to work with Facebook to eliminate all hate speeches and anti-Semitism from its platform. We now urge Facebook to take the next critical step, to ban Holocaust denial. Holocaust denial is certainly hate speech. It is clear fake information. To say that the Holocaust didn't happen, to say 6 million Jews and others weren't murdered is fake information. The ICT at Haifa University reviewed TikTok videos from earlier this year, finding more than 200 posting promoting right-wing extremism content primarily through the denial or mockery of the Holocaust. TikTok has unfortunately become a source for video with anti-Semitic content in denial and mockery of the Holocaust. This is very disturbing because TikTok is very popular amongst children. These videos are offensive to the victim and to all those who care about the Holocaust memory. And the message makes hatred against Jews normal. What are the children and teenagers who are watching this video on TikTok learning from this video? That it's acceptable to spread hate and to mock the most horrific crime the world ever has seen. We are in discussion with TikTok to stop this, and we see some sign of progress, but there's still a very long way to go. Amazon sells hundreds of books that denies Holocaust and promotes conspiracy myth. Amazon makes money from the spread of these ideas and messages. This must stop. We are only starting to explore the amount of anti-Semitic podcasts. We cannot work with dark web. Stricter regulation must be put in place to deal with these. Governments must continue to work offline to find the individuals and to groups that spread hate online and offline. These are real people and real organizations. Right-wing extremists, known as Holocaust deniers, neo-Nazis. All must be held accountable for their activities online as well as offline. Laws and guidelines must be enforced. As Ronald Lauder says, children are not born anti-Semites, but they may be raised and influenced to become anti-Semites. A young child who finds it funny to joke on drinking Anne Frank's ashes, to read Mein Kampf in bed at camp, to dress as a Nazi camp guard, clearly lacks education. This is a responsibility of all of us to fix. I would like to thank you for having invited me to participate in this conference. There are many distinguished ministers and government representatives participating. I hope you and your governments will take the necessary action to stop the spread of anti-Semitism online. Hatred is not new, but perhaps now we have a chance to stop it. Thank you.